welcome to Tuesday of Cetacean Week. First up, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that's helped donate to keep Ocean Stories alive for the month of May. We're extremely grateful for all your support and help and all your feedback and comments and everything. It's been really, really amazing. It's allowed us to really continue this program until the end of May for right now. Then maybe some bad news coming that depending how things go in June, we may need to start cutting back the amount of episodes we're doing, or maybe even having to close. Nothing concrete at the moment, but trust me when I say that me and the rest of our team at Dive Ninjas are doing everything we can to keep the show running and keep Ocean Stories online as long as possible. So we're rocking and rolling like there. Yesterday, we released next week's schedule for Ocean Stories, and we've got some really awesome talks coming next week, some really different stuff. We've got Jack Fishman, who's one of the community outreach directors at Project Aware, coming to talk about the work they're doing around the world and conservation and everything. We've got Martin, who's one of the co-founders of Coral Guardian. They work with coral reefs in Indonesia. We also have talks about the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef from Marisol, who's going to be teaching us about some of the research they're doing on the world's second largest barrier reef. And we've got someone very special too coming next week. We have Marta Palacios, who's one of the scientists on Team Ninja. She is their primary scientist working with us on the Mammal arrays here in Baja. And she's going to be talking about her current research and conservation projects they're working on, as well as just teaching us a bit about these rays and why they aggregate in these gigantic schools and everything like that every year. So, but let's first look at this week. So this week we're going to, after today, we've got 2 days kind of off. We've got some courses going on and things like that. We had a talk planned with Rachel from Empty the Tanks, the founder of Empty the Tanks, but this had to get rescheduled due to an issue on that and everything like that. But that'll be coming up hopefully the last week of May. We'll be bringing it back. But on Friday, we return with Hiram, who's one of the founders of MMAPE, a marine mammal research center here in Baja. He's going to be talking about the research they're working on and conservation that they're working with here in Mexico, and looking at kind of the trials and tribulations and the successes of different projects they've worked on with different marine mammals. He's also done a bit of work with Sea Shepherd, working with the vaquita up in the north of Sierra Cortez and everything like that. So then we're going to finish up the week on Saturday with a special Dive Ninjas whale conservation course. It's a course we call Whale Defender. It's a course we started working in this winter with our whale watching and whale expeditions here in Baja. The course is kind of designed out of this program we developed in Cabo San Lucas, and teaches you kind of a bit about whales and how we can work to protect them and conservation and this kind of different things. Spaces are limited on that, so I definitely recommend signing up as soon as you can. Today, though, we've got a really special guest. Ricky's joining us. He's the director of the Museo de Baena Marine Animal Rescue Center. Yesterday, we had a lot of questions come up in the talk with Ted about what happens with whales that are entangled, what can be done, and these kind of things. And he told you a bit about how hard it is and some of the incredible work that these rescuers are doing to be able to save these animals. So today, Ricky's going to take us even further into that and show us what they're doing here in Mexico and the different animals they work with, from whales to turtles and all sorts of really cool stuff. It is incredible work, and it is incredibly difficult work. Really, really amazing. So we're really excited to have Ricky on the show today. Ricky, how are you doing today, brother?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great, Jay. Thank you for inviting us to Ocean Stories, and I hope you guys enjoy this footage, this material we will prepare for you.
Awesome. Sounds wonderful. So let me stop sharing my screen real quick, and I'll hand it over to you. There you go. Perfect. And I will, guys, I'm going to launch the poll right now too. All right. If you want to share your screen, you're good to go.
Okay. Okay, so
Right there.
can you see well there? Yes?
Now we can't see the screen. You have the screen share?
Yeah.
There we go. Now it's starting to come in. Give me 1 sec. Perfect. All right, perfect. Sounds good, brother. I'll give it over to you guys now.
Okay, thank you. So, welcome everyone, and thank you for letting us share this presentation with all of you. We are part of the Museo de la Ballena. We are a rescue center, and basically, most of the people, they will know Museo de la Ballena for different projects we be part of. Some of them was some of the most important projects with us was Vaquita CPR project in Upper Gulf of Mexico. We joined the effort trying to save this species, is the vaquita porpoises in the Gulf of Mexico, in Gulf of California. Also, we've been part of the ghost net removal, joining Sea Shepherds and other organizations. One of our vessels is the Narval, 133 feet. We remove a lot of ghost nets, and as you see in one of the pictures, there are thousands and thousands of meters of illegal gill nets and also ropes. But basically, today I'm going to talking about who we are, what's the rescue center. We are located in the University of Baja California, UAPS, in the campus Pichilingue, that's in La Paz city. Our facility, we count with different tanks where we can attend different kind of dolphin stations, and also sea lions. We run our operation with the values contribution from marine biologists, veterinarians, and volunteers. Sorry, sorry. Basically, part of our activities is on the rescue, rehabilitation, and release. So we work together with Profepa, who are the federal office, the ones that are in charge of every stranded animal on the coastline in Mexico. We have thousands of kilometers of coastline in Mexico, so basically we have to work hand to hand with the federal offices. Also, part of our activities is monitoring the populations around the islands, and also in Bahia of La Paz Bay. Our outreach, we try to train the people, we try to train new teams to helping us to attend every stranded. Where we train them, we have a nice auditorium in our location. We also try to visit different communities and schools and teaching them how we can report on stranded, how we can attend on stranded, and also how we can collect data from each case. For us, it's very important train people, but also it's super important train our future generations. We know kids are very important. We know all the kids, they are the ones that are going to help us to continue this effort, these rescue centers, try to keep our oceans healthy, our planet clean. So that's why we are very focused, try to train most kids that we can. We're receiving them in the rescue center. We play a role, responder for a day. So basically our volunteers and marine biologists and veterinarians, they're teaching them everything what they can about marine life and how we can protect them, how we can respect them. Why we decide to open the rescue center in La Paz, Mexico? As you see in this little map, we have ocean in both sides in this peninsula of Baja California. We have ocean on the Gulf of California and ocean on the Pacific side of Mexico, more than 2,500 kilometers of coastlines. So 80% of the marine mammals in Mexico, of Mexico, so, and high percent of the marine mammals of the world. So basically this is a high productive area. So that's why we believe open a rescue center in La Paz was very important for us. So these are some pictures of our charismatic patients here. We attend this training. So basically on pinnipeds, we are able to work with elephant seals, with seals, sea lions, Guadalupe fur seal, and also Californian sea lions. And these hairy animals, they are very charismatic. We all want to help them. And these are the kind of cases we have here in La Paz. As we mentioned before, we are very lucky to be here in Gulf of California because there are a lot of species. In Gulf of California, we can find the biggest marine mammal in the planet, which is the blue whale, and also the smallest vaquita porpoise. So, and also we are able to see a lot of different baleen whales, like a humpback whale, great whale, and fin whales, but also we can see a tooth whale, like a sperm whale, killer whales, and different kind of dolphins, including the vaquita porpoise. At the very beginning of the rescue center, we was thinking and talking about just being focused on marine life and etc. But we started receiving a lot of sea turtles, a lot sea turtles, and then we like to show you some of the species, the ones we can find here. But I've been mentioned to you a lot about this word stranded. What's in the stranded? What that mean? Well, basically, some of the animals, they are unable to continue their lives in deep waters. They end up in the shorelines. Why? Why end up in the coast? Because they can be sick, they can be injured, or they can be very old. And then those animals, the ones end up on the beach, they are unable to return to their regular activities, to their regular life. So every stranded means something for us. That's why we try to attend every single one. Can be different causes of this. So this is nothing new. Since the beginning of the history, we have stranded, right? Some of the animals, they are very old. Some of the animals sick. Some are mass stranded. But unfortunately for us, for human, everything changed. The strandeds are more now for human impact. So we end up with a lot of animals with entanglement. What's entanglement? Animals who end up in the ropes, in the nets, and then they are unable to keep going with their life. So entangled animals, injury animals. So both strikes and believe it or not, some animals, people shoot them, people don't like them, and we don't understand that part. So we end up with a lot of injured animals, starvation. In the Gulf of California, we have one of the biggest population of Californian sea lions, one of the biggest colony right in front of La Paz and Espiritu Santo. So that one is a reproduction ground and a feeding ground. So we can end up with some of these little guys with starving animals. Illness. So contamination, pollution in the water. So it causes illness in different species. Predators. We see more and more often sea lions and different animals with a big march of predators. This can be natural. And unfortunately, we have more and more and more, and every day we have more boat traffic in the planet, not just in La Paz, in the planet. So, and because of that, we can end up with a lot of boat strikes in the different animals, different species. This is something what we really like to touch in this talk, because we have a lot of negative human print in our planet. We have a really negative human interaction in our planet with this marine life, marine wildlife. So, and the next pictures are a little graphic, but unfortunately for us, we have more and more and more cases like this. So our animals, they need to deal with our trash in the ocean. They need to deal with this every single day. Something could be a very fun day for one mother and a cub and then end up in a tragedy. So with this kind of trash in the ocean. So they have to deal with our trash in the ocean, and then for us as responders, we need to deal with this every single day. Nets, ropes, pollution, and these are the kind of cases we have to work with, okay? A lot of contamination, traffic, right? Mass stranded. We need to attend this, but not all of them are caused by humans. Some of the animals, they have different behaviors to hunting, to eat. Some of the animals, they just push and follow fish and push them all the way to the shore, all the way to the coastline, and then they can pick fish from there. But some of them end up on the beach. So as you see, for example, in this picture, we like to show one of the techniques for killer whales. They love to, we can see this here in La Paz, by the way, but they love to do this. This is great food for them. So they love to beach themselves in the shore, catch some sea lions, but some of them, they end up in the coastline, right? And information always still there. That's why it's important for us to attend any kind of stranded, okay? All the information is still there, and we are able to recover that and share this with people who are doing research and with the academy. And then our responders, we try to train our responders to being able to attend any kind of case, can be in the water, can be in the islands, or can be on the shoreline, on the coastline. When we attend animals, we try to attend them on the field. This is our first step, because it's difficult for us move the animals to the rescue center, and then right there we have to having them in the tank, and then maintain those tanks with a life support system, which is a filtration system, and then we need to monitor them 24/7, use medications, and etc. So first of all, every time when we attend any stranded animal, we try to attend this on the field. It's different ways to how we can rescue animals. For example, the sea lions on the coastline. So we need to take them, evaluate them, see if they are candidates or not, see if this animal they need our help is going to be a long-term help. So basically, if that is the case, we move them all the way to the rescue center, and there are volunteers. They are fantastic people who we try to train them, and also they share all the information with us, because most of them are marine biologists, veterinarians, etc. So basically, we make a great team and we take care of the animals. Some of the animals, they need a huge medical care, like basically some of the animals or patients, they can be here with us for months. We use any kind of medication with them, with our veterinarians. They are specialists on marine mammals. And our animal care team, they spend hours and hours with them. But also we have people who are collecting data. All this data collection, we try to share this with anybody who like to do something for animals. Our rescue center, we always mention this, we are not denomination. On the rescue center, we have people who are doing research, like Dr. Iram Rosales, for example. But our mission here is to share all the information with any kind of organization. Everything is in pro of the environment, in pro of the animals. So we are not stopped here just in Baja California. Some of our specialists, they were able in 2018, they were able to move all the way down to Tabasco. Tabasco is in the, if you are not from Mexico, Tabasco is in the other side, the Gulf of Mexico. So what happened is we have a terrible year. Everything was dry, so the rivers, they end up blocked. No water in the rivers end up blocked. So, and then the algae, all the seaweed and etc., they end up bad, they end up rotten. And then we lost a lot of manatees back in that year. We lost more than 50 manatees. So the University of Tabasco and Dr. Darwin Jimenez, he created a team with the Mexican government, La Mar Mexico, Museo de la Ballena, basically rescue center. So they create some team, and the Mexican government, and we were able to rescue 5 baby manatees. And then those baby manatees, they need assistance 24/7. You see, they are these little chubby guys. They are not able to be by themselves in the wild. So that's why they have to come over to the rescue centers. We have to take care of them. In Tabasco, Dr. Darwin and his team, Los Fernando Urquijo, they take care of them, feeding the animals, take care of them 24/7, hitting the water because, you know, they don't like cold water, these little chubby guys. And here is one of the videos. That's fantastic. As you see, some of these animals, they are not able to be by themselves. They are too little. And these little chubby guys, they need a lot of assistance. So they did a great job in Tabasco. Some of the animals, they're still there, and they are planning in the future to release them. You saw in the video, so it's impossible. It's impossible for us to say no to help this majestic animals, this species. And we are talking about species and majestic animals. So these sea turtles are amazing. So for us, was very impressed. As soon as we opened the rescue center, it was very impressed. Roberto Robles, Oficial Roberto Robles from Profepa, he's working with us very close. And he started showing up on the rescue center with more and more sea turtles. Some of them super sick, some of them with some boat strikes, and some of them with a lot of desnutrition. So this. We thank Alex Adera, one of our volunteers in the rescue center. She prepared this nice video for all of you. And that's turtle. She was on rehabilitation. So, and basically right there, we try to minimize the trauma, offer her some food, and etc. Some of the animals, the ones we received, this one came from Cabo San Lucas, are honestly in some very bad condition. For example, this one was a boat strike. You see, all the carcass is completely damaged, not damaged in the organs. So what we try to do right there is just try to save some of the parts of the carcasses, the ones are in good conditions. And then this animal was with us just for a few days until we finished all our job, try to put everything together, and then after that we were able to release the animal. Right there is Julieta Sandoval and Fernando Perez Urquijo taking care of this fantastic animal. And then here's one of the releases. Every time when we release animals, we release the animals with the federal offices, with Profepa, because at the very end of this, we need to be close together with them. We need to be very close with authorities. And then we can attend this kind of cases. Animals, whales, since the beginning of the story, they going up and down. They used to be around the planet, happy, cruising. Some days in the feeding grounds, some days in the reproduction grounds, transit up and down, and etc. All free, all good, all nice. But day by day, we have more and more boat traffic. We have more and more barriers for these animals continuing with their lives. And unfortunately for them, shame for us, one of the barriers is our trash. A lot of ghost nets, a lot of illegal fisheries. And this one, on this kind of activities, no discrimination. Any kind of animal can end up in a net. Just imagine one net. If you set a net and you decide to fishing with the net for 8 hours, the amount of fish you're gonna take with the net. But imagine if you lost the net, that net end up in the ocean, thousands of meters of nets end up in the ocean for 1 week. Let's start for 1 day, then 1 week, then 1 month, then years. Because those nets, they've been there for years. And then they still killing and killing and killing, and no discrimination. They are not just taking out some fish. No. They're taking out marine mammal, fish, sharks, sea turtles, and any kind of marine life. So on the rescue center, we are very proud. We are part of Raven. Raven is a network in Mexico. This network is connected global with the International Whaling Commission and also NOAA. We are different teams around the planet, different teams in the different countries. So we have good communication. We try to train our teams to respond on these situations. It's very difficult for all of us see these animals on those with that suffer in that situation. And some of them, sometimes we follow our guts, our heart, and we try to jump in the water with a knife and try to release the animals and etc. But the technique we use has been proved for years and years and years. And then we believe it's very important, human life. And then we never do any kind of interaction with this kind of marine mammals in the water. Basically, we never jump in the water to rescue them. So I'm gonna play a video. This video is from Raven, it's Red de Asistencia de Ballenas Enmayadas in Mexico. I hope you guys enjoy it. This video is for about 3 minutes. It's a lot of information, and we are very proud to be part of this organization.
Raven es la red de asistencia a ballenas enmayadas que se inició como un equipo local en la Bahía de Banderas, México, con un primer desenmaye exitoso en el año 2004. Desde el 2012 hasta la fecha, Raven creció de un equipo a 15, bajo la coordinación de Ecología y Conservación de Ballenas, ECOBAC, una organización mexicana sin fines de lucro. A través del programa PROCER de CONAM, se recibieron fondos para capacitación y equipamiento, creando una red nacional con 180 miembros a lo largo de la costa del Pacífico mexicano y la península de Baja California. Los equipos son multiinstitucionales, con miembros de instituciones gubernamentales como CONAM, CEMAR, PROFEPA, CEMARNAT, Capitanías de Puerto, API, CONAPESCA, y miembros de la sociedad civil como ONGs, turoperadores de observación de ballenas y universidades. Raven sigue el protocolo de desenmayes de la Comisión Ballenera Internacional. Las maniobras de rescate siempre se realizan a bordo de una embarcación y nunca nadando o buceando, ya que se corre un riesgo innecesario. Cada desenmalle presenta diferentes desafíos y tratar de rescatar a una ballena es peligroso, por lo que solo los miembros entrenados y autorizados de Raven pueden realizar maniobras de desenmalle. A la fecha se han atendido 75 reportes y rescatado con éxito más de 30 ballenas, en su mayoría ballenas jorobadas y también otras especies como ballena gris, ballenas de aleta, ballena de Entang. Si ves una ballena enmayada, informa a tu capitanía de puerto o zona naval de tu localidad. Ellos alertarán al equipo Raven más cercano. Tu apoyo es importante. A través de www.ecovac.org recibimos donativos para Raven en especie o efectivo. Muchas gracias.
I really hope you enjoyed this video. This organization, EcoVac, they've been doing so much for marine life in Mexico, and feel very proud to be part of them. Feel very proud to be an instructor for Raven and train more people and then have people ready. I know many of you in this moment feel the need, like, okay, I don't want to just be right here in my house in the chair, so I want to be on the front line. I want to be part of the front line. We appreciate that. We recommend to support your local team, support your local organizations, and then from that we can extend our network. And then we need you guys. So, and right here is some of our information, Museo de la Ballena. What we can do, if I see something on the coastline, if I see something wrong, so basically we need to report this to the federal offices. In Mexico, it's clear we have Profepa. Profepa, they have a lot of things on their hands. They need to take care of the plants, they need to take care of the trees, of the marine mammals, and etc. And that's why we are joined. That's why we would join them, to helping them with those labor, with those tasks, and then we need to work together with them. Also with different organizations, existing organizations. Here in La Paz, we are very happy to collaborate with Mares. They've been working with stranded animals for more than 10 years. Rescate los marinos, these girls are terrific, are fantastic. They disentangle sea lions, and people who are doing whale sharks and etc. So we need to create a network and then think in pro of the animals, think in the ocean. So what we need to do is just report, being in contact with the authorities, and then everywhere, I hope, everywhere, every state in country, they have these organizations and they have also their national protocols. So one of our recommendations, please don't touch them. Don't touch them. So we are humans, and then our gods are hard taking us to them, and then we want to just pet them and say, hey, you will be fine, you will be fine, and it's, don't touch them. They don't know you. They don't know you. They don't need that kind of help from you. They don't need that kind of interaction. If you see something, keep your distance, because you don't know if they are sick or not, they are injured or not, they're in pain. So if you try to touch them, what's gonna happen to you? They're gonna hurt you. So please don't touch them. We don't want people sick around the animals, right? Or we call zoonosis. So there are some issues with the animals, some sickness, they can pass that to you. So we don't want that. Please observe the animals, take notes, pick the phone, report this, don't talk, don't touch them. Location. So right now we all have smartphones. So just hit your GPS, and then that's the CC. If you're giving us that information, it's more easy for us, for responders, how we can arrive to the animals, how we can arrive to attend one of the cases. And then if you're gonna spend time in La Paz, in Baja California Sur, well, take our information, take the phone number of Profepa, take the webpage, and then like that, you can report something to us, and then we can attend those cases more faster. For us, our homework right now, we've been a very good behaved, and for so many days we've been home, here at home. And for us in the future, we are going to continue as an organization, Museo de la Ballena, and the Rescue Center and the boats. We are going to continue working in pro of our planet and some species. So this is real. Today, our days, we call this the Sixth Extinction, and then we used to read that in different books, and some science people, they talking about the Sixth Extinction, the mass extinctions, and etc. You know, that's real. We all know, we all feel that that is real. So after this COVID days, we all hope to coming back in the oceans, coming back on the beach, and etc. Our life, for sure, is gonna be a little different. We need to be ready for that. We are ready as a Museo de la Ballena. We are ready as a rescue center to share our field again, to share our boat again with INEC, with National Marine Mammal Foundation, with NOAA, with Profepa, with all the people who are working on conservation. And we are gonna coming back to the upper Gulf of California. We keep looking, we try to save. I mean, we're never gonna give up and say, no, it's too late. We're not gonna do anything. We are gonna keep going, keep working hard with all the organizations who are working right now, some of them up in the Gulf of California. We like to see our friends, sea shepherds again up there, and all the organizations, all the marine parks, veterinarians, all the animal lovers, and the animal experts. We try to recover this species. We're gonna continue with that. And our journeys up in the Gulf of California, some days are for more than 20 hours in the ocean. And I like to share this small video. Some days, more than 20 hours, working hard. And then at the very end of the day, we are able to film just a couple minutes of this rare species. We named this Vaquita Purpose. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. The video, you're gonna see this video shake a lot. Remember, we were in the boat, and this video is being filmed about too far away, hundreds of meters away from the boat. And remember, the rare species is very little. It's less than 1 meter and 50 centimeters. Those dorsal fins are less than 30 centimeters, some of them. Even if it's a large dorsal fin for a small animal, some of them are very little. We are not able to see them easy. We were very happy because all the research people, they compare, they do some photo ID on the dorsal fins, and then we also saw some mother and a calf in the last, it was in the last October. In name of all the team, I want to mention everyone in the team: Andre, Fernando, Maria Jose, Alex, Danny, Jules, Victoria, all the organizations and all the people saving Los Cabos, and every person who is involved. And we try to save our Baja California and our species. I like to say thank you, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for that talk. It was really, really great. Great to see everything and see all the incredible work you guys are doing out there. Really, really amazing stuff. So cool. Let's open it up to some questions. Let's see what we got. We already got a few questions pumping in and anything like that. So first one, Anonymous says, thank you, Rick. Can you explain why it is so important that people do not get into the water to rescue an entangled whale?
Yes, this is one of the most common questions for this, because again, I say we have the need to, we want to do that. We want to do something for them. In dozens of cases for NOAA and International Whaling Commission, just a very few accidents with the right techniques and the right tools every time when disentangle an animal. There are some videos in the net where the people jump in the water and nothing happens to them, but also there are no videos in the net when the people die in doing that. So you can be an expert diver, the fastest diver, the best, the most buff, you can be the best of the best, but you cannot compare a 40,000 kilos animal. You cannot hold your breath for more than 5 minutes under the water, and you cannot deal with a gill net and a rope. So basically that's the case. So, it's not a human can deal with those situations under the water. So that's why it's our recommendation. It's safety, basically.
No, exactly. Perfect. Great answer. So Christina asks, can you tell us how did you feel freeing your first whale or fish from entanglement? It must have been something you will never forget.
I will never forget. Basically, in the video we play, I were there in the video. I used to have hair. I'm never gonna forget that. That changed my life. That drive me to this way to be a responder, to be just focused on the rescue center. I used to do a lot of animal care and love animals. So working with marine mammals for 25 years, and rescue my first whale changed my story and changed my life. And I feel like saving whales or saving that first whale, I feel like I do my part on conservation, and then also leaves of legacy for my kids in this planet. That's how I feel.
That's awesome. Really, really great, man. Lucinda says, are there any negative impacts involved with too much human interaction with marine mammals when rescuing them, especially if they have to be taken to a rehabilitation center? And if so, how do you reduce these impacts so they can be disturbed as little as possible?
Yeah, as animal care people, we know about training. We know about how we can keep animals under human care, and we minimize the interaction with them. We minimize, when we train animals, we always use positive reinforcement. We use our boys, we use treatment. We don't train animals. Mm-hmm. We minimize the human interaction with them. And every time when we deal with food, with what they need for primary necessities for animals, we deal with some reinforcers. So basically, we never feed the animals hand by hand. We never train them. We never talk to them. Basically, we don't want them like us. And yes, but it's very important to don't interact with animals on the rescue centers. That's a great question. And yes, we are aware of, we know that, and then we don't do that with them.
No. Awesome. So Sue asks, she says, you guys do really amazing work. Do you have any idea the number of rescues that you do each year on average? And is it something that's increasing year after year?
Basically, we opened the rescue center just for about 2 years. We have more than 30 rescues. High percent of them, they are sea turtles and sea lions and rare dolphins. So it depends. It depends a lot. I mentioned that we were working with existing organizations in La Paz, and Mammals, they are one of them. They have records for more than 10 years, and then it changed a lot depending on the year. It is Nino or not, on the reproductive season and etc. But yes, we can say that the number increased because technology increased. Right now, with phones, everyone can send the pictures, everyone can report, and that's amazing because also showing that the people is more awake and the people want to see some change, good change, so they report more. Yes, they increasing.
I think too is like, I'm guessing those numbers don't count the amount of times you guys are actually called and try to go do something and you're unable to rescue, like you're unable to find the animal or these kind of things too.
Exactly. And also, high percent of the calls is nothing. Mm-hmm. We are right there, and where is it? Where is that? Oh no, it's not. It's a piece of it's some part of the tree just floating in the water, right? Mm-hmm. It's some old boat far away. But it's important. We need to just attend every single call.
No, of course. I mean, just the work you guys, we've seen with you guys in Cabo, like the amount of effort and everything that goes into anything. The moment there's, you know, a report of a whale with potentially in nets or something like that, getting everything down here, getting people out on the water and all that to look for it and, you know, try to find the animal and all that kind of stuff. There's just so much work that goes into just being able to even get potentially to the chance to be able to rescue the animals and all that.
Yeah, it's a lot of effort involved. So this can happen any Sunday at 9 o'clock. This can happen any Christmas day, any day,
No.
any day can happen, anytime. And we try to attend most as we can. And yeah.
Awesome. Really good. So Jose asks, he says, thank you, Rick, your team for, and thank you, Rick, and your team for this critical work. Do you ever reach capacity where you have too many rescued animals at the center? And what would you do if this happens? Do you have to abandon some animals or something?
Luckily, we don't have that issue yet, but that can happen anytime. Just to mention something, back in 2015 on the California coastline, they end up with more than 3,500 sea lions. 3,500 sea lions, including all the rescue center on the coastline. So they were a lot of animals, and they were able to attend all of them with the different marine parks, and it's a lot of people were involved. In Mexico, this it doesn't happen yet, but it can happen. So, and basically we prioritize the best animals, right? They are right now on the rescue center. We take any animal. So for us, we are not gonna stop. If there is one chance in 100, we are gonna take that chance, and then we are gonna do everything for that animal. But doesn't happen yet. We hope still like that.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Exactly.
Awesome. So Caesar writes, it says, hi, excellent presentation. Do you have a special program for rescuing each species of mammal, or is it just one program that focuses on every animal's tangled in nets?
We have different protocols for different species. So we cannot, basically, the only part of the protocol is in general, safety first. That's the only one apply in every single animal, but we have a special approach for different species for each one.
Awesome. Then Sarah says, amazing job. Thank you for your work. How can people get involved? How can they join? And also how are you funded, and how long is the training for rescuing animals, and what type of background is needed?
Basically, the only background we ask for is some people who believe in conservation, some people who have the compromise to make this planet better, right? And then we all are conscious, and then we are gonna see our limits. So how far I like to be? I like to be a responder. I like to be a responder in the water. I like to be a responder well-trained and focused, and know all the law in Mexico and the politics and different countries, let's say. So that's individual. So you can choose how far you like to go in your career on this. But the training can be for more than 10 days. We can do some lectures for one day. And this presentation, it was just quick. Some of the cases very random, but on the training we try to be very focused, and then we recommend do it at least for more than 1 week, and then little by little develop your skills, and then you can see where you can fit your skills on the scale of the responders.
Okay.
How we fund it? So we just open a rescue center. So right there is our information. The webpage, it will be ready soon, and also right there you're gonna be able to support us to keep going with this incredible job. You can follow us by the social media too.
Awesome, perfect. Yeah, guys, just so you know, they're updating their website, so the new website should be online in the next few days or anything like that. So I'll follow them on social media for right now and everything like that, and they'll be making an announcement once the new website gets online. Or feel free to send them an email for updates, or if you'd like to make a donation or help this guide out or anything like that. Cool. I got another question from Nayeli. I'm just gonna translate it real quick. It says, regarding on the last video you presented, that was a vaquita, correct? And was it taken in October 2019?
That's correct. That's correct. We taken in October 19 was the last survey. That survey was led by all the team from NOAA, which are the specialists, and also was coordinated with Mexico, INEC, Dr. Lorenzo Rojas and Dr. Jaramillo, and etc., and also the federal offices, which is CONAM, Profepa, Semarnat, and yeah, it was in October 2019.
Awesome. Cool. Anonymous asks, if we were to find a dolphin on the beach, should we try to get it back into the ocean?
No. No, that question is very hard, and then the only reason why he ended up on the shoreline is because sick or something is wrong. Yeah, if those animals, they have some water in their lungs, some sand, and etc., the only thing what you're gonna do as soon as we push them back in the water, you're gonna drown the animal. You're gonna help him to die more fast. Yeah, some of the animals end up on the shoreline because they were hunting, right? And then they are in the physical condition. So it's a very tricky, it's a very difficult question. So if there is an animal, there is a dolphin close on the shoreline, just put some shade, call. If you are too far away from the office, too far away from help, yeah, we really recommend to just keep some shade, keep the skin of the animal moisture. You can put a towel, some water, etc. Monitor the animal basically, and collect more data as you can. Every single information is important for us. So that one is a very difficult question. Mm-hmm. It's difficult to say don't do anything for them. No. Let them die. It's very difficult to say that. No. But we don't want people injured or with some illness or some from animals. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Perfect. Another anonymous question asks, why is it that dogs shouldn't go near marine animals?
Why? The dogs? You say dogs? Mm-hmm. Yes. We call this zoonosis, so basically we can pass some sickness and etc. But more than that, dogs are very territorial. I mean, we have a dog on the beach, as soon as he sees one sea lion, what's he gonna do? He's gonna try to play with him. He's gonna bark to him. He's gonna scare him, or he's gonna attack him. So are a few different choices, and it's I don't know the exactly word in English, but this can happen to anyone. If we are animal lovers, we have dogs, and then we arrive to the beach, and then what we do, we take a stick, and then we throw the stick, and then we play with our dogs. This can happen to anybody. So we have to be very responsible with our dogs, take them on leash, make sure everything is clear, make sure what we can do with them, call them immediately, and like that. So dogs next to the marine mammals is terrible because they scare them, they can hurt them. We have some cases who the dogs kill sea lions, kill young pups. If they end up in the beach because they are super weak, they are little, so they cannot defend themselves with dogs. So basically that's for me, my perspective, the only reason why it's so wrong having dogs next to the marine mammals, so we can pass some disease.
Awesome. So Jill asks, how does it feel to actually be able to rehabilitate and release an animal?
Oh, it's a priceless. That's priceless. When we release animal, no matter it's a little or big, it's priceless. And then, first of all, it's very expensive to do those activities. It's very expensive. It's dangerous, and it's a lot going on at the table. But You know, some of those animals, they are not there in that situation because they want. They are in that situation because us. Those problems they have named, and some of those names is human.
No.
Some of those names is pollution, noise, nets, etc. So somebody needs to take care of them. I'm agreeing. No, all of us we are going to end up in the beach helping the animal. No, but we can communicate. We can pass the information. We can be cautious. We can do some actions at home, and all those actions, all the little actions we do after this talk, I hope, or every action we take from home is going to end up in the ocean. If we're thinking about it, it's going to end up in the ocean. Every single action. So it feels fantastic. The answer is it feels fantastic. I can't describe that.
Awesome. Can't imagine. Some Anonymous asks, have you ever had to rescue a calf and then separate it from its mother, like a baby whale? And would there be protocols to get it out of the water to save it and back into the wild, or would it remain in the water?
Yes, I were able to do that. I've been able to do that with cetaceans and also with pinnipeds. One of the most important in my career was in 2007. I rescued a baby killer whale. That baby killer whale, it was probably about less than 24 hours since that animal born. And then we end up with that animal on the shoreline. We end up with that animal that caused a mess, that little baby whale with the little whiskers, and then you can see the umbilical cord, and then that animal desperate, needs some milk, right? So we took that animal to Marine Park in Puerto Vallarta, and we take care for that animal with different marine parks and animal and people who doing animal care. We take care for that animal for 3 months. Finally, the animal died, unfortunately. The animal died, but we were able to collect a lot of data and a lot of information. And that information ended up in different books, in different desks, with a lot of people who use that in pro of the animals in the wild. So that's the story. So, and then with the sea lions, so we end up with the sea lions and seals, and those guys, they are very lucky because you can, you are able to bottle feed some of those animals and then pass them to fish and then being able to release them. And some of the animals to re-strand in Mexico, a few of those animals end up in the marine parks and also in different countries. So, but yes, we were able to work with baby animals.
All right. Sarah asks, are you able to save animals more than not able to save them? Do you encounter a lot of, say, dead animals, and how do you cope with that? It must be devastating.
It's difficult. Some days, yeah. So we are conscious, and then as a responders, we know we play that game, we play that card, we going 99 versus 1. Until we have that one, we are gonna fight for that one.
Yeah.
That's our mentality. We are gonna fight for that one. It's 99. We say no, don't go, no need resources and etc. But there is one chance. We take that card and we do that. And yes, it's difficult. It's the most difficult part for me, and also for some of my colleagues, the ones I know we talk about, is when we train new people, because our young people are apprentices and etc. They put all their energy or their hope with us, and some days they turn around and look at us like, oh, we weren't able to do that. So for us, some days it's heartbroken to see those kids. They want to save animals, and then we are not able to do that. So, but yeah, it's very difficult. But we take the chance.
No. I can imagine it being very a bit hard emotionally, I mean, and mentally, you know, like that part of it, not being able to, being able to save everything, Cool. So that's it. The next question I got is from Lashanatine. Says, can these kind of close contacts with marine animals transmit germs to humans? because there are some theories that global warming and such, and thereby these animals' migration towards poles makes them in contact with new microbes.
Sorry, we break. Yes, I hear you now.
Oh, sorry, back, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you now, well.
All right, so it says, can these kind of close contacts with marine animals transmit germs to humans?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Let's say the lightest one, the minimum problem, the one you can pick with marine mammals and sea turtles and etc. in a rescue. Let's say the easiest one is a pink eye. That's the first one. From that, herpes, lung infection, skin infections, so many diseases, so many diseases. So yes, it's very, I recommend everyone, just keep your distance. Don't touch it.
Oh man. So Enrique says, hi Rick, and thank you so much for your nice talk. I wonder how is the public opinion in regards to your rescue center? Like, do you get a lot of support in ways of public opinion, number of volunteers, economic support? Or have you found a lot of opinion against the work that you guys do?
We have a very good, let's say, I receive very good compliments. We've been in this field for more than 25 years of conservation and rescue animals and etc. This is our rescue center is only for 2 years. As you see, the webpage is just going on. We start to share some on social media because people asking us, and then we like to be able to share our stories. The only economic support we've been receiving this 2 years was through WWF Mexico, and seems like a lot of people is happy to help. It seems like everyone, a lot of people, they well received this organization, and I hope we keep going with the good work. And again, this thing on the rescue center is a no denomination center. So basically we like to be part, or we like to feel we are part of every organization global, every organization who is in pro of the animals.
Perfect. The next question we have is, Anonymous says, what kind of milk would you feed to, say, manatees or whales or dolphin babies?
Yeah, there is a mix. For years, we call this multi-milk. And that multi-milk, we use that for different species. And also, little by little, we develop some formula. And then we start to introduce some fish and then some omega-3 and then in case they need the animals are very dehydrated, we can put the electrolytes. Electrolytes, that's the name, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, we can mix that with some vitamins and electrolytes. But yes, our basic is a multi-milk formula.
Okay. Then follow up on the question about the stranded dolphin. That's if there are somewhere where there isn't any marine rescue center or anything like that, should they still not attempt to help the animal in distress, or should they try to contact someone else, or what should they do if they're in an area where there's no?
I really like to invite you, everyone, whoever person behind the screen can reach, to read the Mexican Protocol of Stranding Animals. So it's 165 pages. It's a good information. It's a lot, but there we at least know more about how we can act if we end up in that situation. And because of marine mammals are under the law of protective, there is a law who protect marine mammals in Mexico. And I know it sounds very difficult, but there is a big law who protect animals in Mexico. Is federal. And then I don't recommend anybody who end up with a federal problem. So basically, every time when we touch an animal, we we name the problem. So please, before you attend that, do the best that you can. Please read that. The person who asked this is, you can find this information in Profepa Mexico, and just contact the authorities. That's gonna saving you to be in a big problem or place you in a very difficult position. That makes sense.
Awesome. Then another anonymous question they asked, do you keep track of the animals that you release? And if so, how?
Yeah, on a sea lions, we place on the, I didn't show that there, but we place a little plastic tag on the pectoral, on the fins. And that plastic tag, it says some letter like a CRMBMX. Centro de Rescate, no, CRMX, Centro de Rescate, Mexico, and then the number, and then we monitor those, and then we are in contact with different rescue centers. We have the numbers, and let's say, for example, a few days ago, sea lion ended up on the coastline in Ensenada, and that animal, the release was a month before in Sausalito, in Marine Mammal Center. And then another one ended up in Golfo de Ulloa, that animal coming, the release was SeaWorld in San Diego. And we try to use those tags to monitor our animals. Basically, right here in La Paz, we have some animals with tags from the team of rescue sea lions. This team, these girls, they disentangle animals, and then some of these animals, they stay in the colonies, and with the tag, they can monitor them if they lost weight, or they get better, they're still in good shape. So that's the way how we're monitoring. Dolphins is the same as some tag who is going behind, the dorsal fin going behind. And if we have resources, we can place some satellite tag. Those tags, they're giving us or temperature, salinity. They're giving us all the information that we need to keep doing research on animals. Yes.
That's great, really good. Then one more question, and then we're wrapped up for today. It says, what would be the first, the primary cause of the dead sea lions that you find in La Paz? What do you see most of?
A shame, but the main cause in La Paz right now is human impact. Negative human interaction. So basically, we receive animals with multiple fractures on their cranium, on their eyes, the jaw, and then we know 100% those animals, they've been bitten by people.
Wow.
And yes, sadly, unfortunately, yes, human interaction.
And then I would guess behind that would be with like nets and fishing gear and these kind of things too, with a lot of issues with that.
No, thing is, it's a very productive area here. So and there are some fisheries. So some days those animals, what we do with the animals, we share a field, right? We share food, and you are fishing, they're fishing too. They're starving, they need food too. So they arrive to the nets. What happens if they end up entangled in the net? For you as a fisherman, your net costs a few dozens, costs some money, and you end up with 200 kilos of sea lion there with a big kind. So basically, there start the competition. And some people, they find the easy way to remove sea lion from the nets is killing them. Lucky, those animals, if they die, lucky. But you know what? Not all of them die. Those animals, they end up on the shore with no eye, with a fracture in the cranium, with trauma. And then, sad, but I don't know, I really need to just share this because what is sad for us, you can see the screen right there. You can see the image, yes? What is sad for us, you see right there is a great whale, it's belly up, right? Entangled animal. And then on the next one, it's a Guadalupe fossil. Jay, believe it or not, that animal is alive.
No.
That animal is still alive there.
Wow.
You see the weight? It was 25 kilos. That animal in the good weight is about 70 kilos or more. It was 25 kilos. Broken jaw, necrosis, broken cranium, everything, that animal is still alive. Wow. So imagine the suffer of that animal. For how long that animal suffered, for how long that animal was there. So, you know, that's the cause of most of the animals here in Baja are that. So this animal on the feeding ground, the one on the right side, you see how that little single rope, it cut and it cut and it cut. Guess what? They are on the feeding ground. They're gonna keep eating, and then that rope is gonna cut and cut and cut and cut more. Yeah. So those are the cases we have here. Most of the cases here in La Paz. This animal in the picture, the one on the left side of the screen, you see some lump on his head. Well, he was with us for 3 months, but with 7 fractures on his cranium. So this is something what is real. So this is, I'm sorry, this is what we received here in this center.
That's amazing. It's really heartbreaking. Really heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But I really also like underlines the need for what you guys do. You know what I mean? And the need to have a center like this and the work you guys are doing and all that stuff. You know, it really highlights that. You know what I mean? So and it's incredible. I mean that even that you're still able to rehabilitate some of them and all that. You know, it's really incredible. All right. That's all the questions we have for today and time we have for today. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Ricky, thank you so much for stopping by and teaching us all about this and everything today.
Jay, thank you very much. We really appreciate this opportunity to share this with you, with Ocean Stories. And thank you everyone, whoever is behind the screen. Was a little nervous with my English on the screen. It's kind of technology is kind of scary for me. I better on rescue animals. So thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Ricky. For everyone tuning in and everything like that, make sure to go follow them on Instagram and Facebook. You can see it on the screen right now. If you'd like to help make a donation to the work they're doing and everything like that, shoot them an email or a message on social media and everything like that. Once the new website's up and they got everything running, they'll be taking donations to help the incredible work they're doing and all that stuff. Stay tuned for more Ocean Stories. We'll be back on Friday with Hiram from Mammal. So we'll see you guys then. Enjoy the next 2 days off and all that, and have a great week. Ricky, we'll see you later on, brother. Thank you so much.
Thanks, bro. Bye-bye.
Everybody soon.
Bye.
Bye.